Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord is good. Please answer me. The Lord is good.
All the time.
All the time.
The Lord is good.
And that is his nature. Wow. You don't belong to that kingdom.
It has been 4 years since the controversial Iron Sheet scandal rocked Uganda, a case that implicated top political figures leading to a prolonged court proceeding. Today, a major development has emerged in the long-running case. Now, the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, Frances Abodo, has withdrawn charges of dealing with suspected property against State Minister for Finance, Amos Lugolobi. The charges stemmed from allegations that Lugolobi mismanaged 700 iron sheets obtained in 2 phases between July 2022 and March 2023, using some to roof an animal shed and allegedly removing them during the ongoing investigations. The case had seen testimony from prosecution witnesses, including a church reverend. Nearly a year ago, the court found that Lugolobi had a case to answer. On Tuesday, November 10, 2025, the charges were withdrawn when the minister appeared in court to bring additional witnesses in his defense. The matter was before Lady Justice Jane Okuwa Kajuga, the acting principal judge. State Attorney Gloria Nzikuru tendered a null prosque dated November 7, 2025, indicating that prosecution had lost interest in pursuing the case. Under Article 120 of the Constitution, the DPP has the authority to withdraw charges at any time before judgment is passed. Consequently, the court set Lugolobi free unless held on other charges. Now, in defense, during previous proceedings, Lugolobi had decried what he described as selective prosecution, noting that while the scandal implicated very many officials, only he, Agnes Nandutu, and Goretti Kitutu were taken to court. He defended his actions, explaining that he had received the 700 iron sheets as part of his official duties as a member of parliament and a minister. He acted within established protocols for affirmative action programs. Lugolobi maintained that the iron sheets were returned to the office of the Prime Minister following directives from the President Yoweri Museveni. The minister also highlighted that several ranking officials had as well received iron sheets but were never prosecuted. He emphasized his responsibilities as a member of parliament for Kayunga district and a minister of state for finance, explaining that his duties include mobilizing resources, promoting development, and supporting affirmative action programs in disadvantaged regions such as Luwero, Teso, and northern Uganda. Regarding the disputed iron sheets, Lugolobi said his political assistants coordinated their collection and storage in Nansana. He later replaced the iron sheets and returned them to the office of the Prime Minister. He argued that the prosecution failed to prove any wrongdoing and that he was unfairly singled out. However, ongoing cases state that the scandal originally implicated 3 ministers: Lugolobi, Agnes Nandutu, and Goretti Kitutu. Nandutu's case is set to return to court in December 2025, while Kitutu's trial has faced delays due to the allegations of mistreatment while in custody. Investigations into the 40 related cases resulted only in 3 being pursued in court, with insufficient evidence leading to the closure of 17 files, and this is according to the DPP.
Yeah, I think this is a very important and very delicious day that I've experienced in my life. And I can't believe this. And I want to sing for the Lord.
Yes.
Tunamuwa chife abana b'abantu okujjako kusinzanga n'okutenda ennaku zonna. Asinzibwenga Mukama Katonda waffe. Asinzibwenga So I have to do that because it must have been the intervention of the Lord. Otherwise, this would not have happened. I've been terribly depressed since 2023, June 2023, when this matter came to court. I was jailed in a terrible police cell at Kira. Smell as it was, very poor conditions. I was taken to Luzira, despite producing so many sureties. We did everything so that I would not go to Luzira. Eventually, I went to Luzira. So there has been a lot of suffering in this matter. But I thank God. There's nothing that comes without a God. He could have taken me to Luzira to learn certain things. That as a government policy maker, there are issues to handle in Luzira, in the police cells. There's a lot that we can do. And as a planner for this government, I think such lessons are very important and really need to do something. The suffering, the human rights issues in most of these places, which we need to handle. I think that's why God decided that I should go there. But I'm very happy that eventually the state has decided to withdraw these charges. And I'm now totally a free man. You all know that I'm in campaigns. This has been used by my opponents to call me a Mabati thief, when actually I was not a thief. Iron sheets were allocated to me by the state, which state was now taking me to court. Without your knowledge. I had no knowledge whatsoever that these iron sheets belong to Karamoja. They were given to me through all the necessary procedures. And perhaps it was not my day. Things turn against me. But I'm happy that this case has been withdrawn. And I want to thank the DPP who thought about it eventually. And he said, this is an innocent man. You know, we should not continue. He should be discharged. And I'm so happy that I'm discharged today. I can now campaign very freely. I lost a lot during this process. My American visa was withdrawn. I'm supposed to be doing a lot of work annually with the UN as a Minister of Planning, the UN Assembly and the UN activities in New York. I can no longer go there. My children could not be allowed to go to the United States. You know, so it was a big problem. My accounts in Stanbic were forced to be closed. I had even lost my MTN line for this same reason. So it was total disgrace. I can tell you, I have really suffered. My visa cards, you know, were all cancelled. And I want to thank the Centenary Bank who came to my rescue and eventually issued me a visa card and Equity Bank. And he said, you take your cards, use them, maintain your accounts. But banks like Stanbic, Absa Bank, they had thrown me out, you know, and I was suffering a lot. I've been suffering as a person. Why me? Why me? I've been crying to God. Why me in this matter? I was not alone. You know, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, I don't want to say too much, but I'm happy that I'm now free. I want to thank everybody, the president and everybody, whoever must have been involved in this matter, for being able to realize that there was no case really against me, and the case has now been fully withdrawn. So thank you, God, once again. Thank you for discharging this matter.
With the charges officially withdrawn against Amos Lugolobi, he walks free as the Iron Sheet scandal continues to linger in the public discourse, raising questions about accountability and selective prosecution in Uganda's political arena. Story compiled by Judith Kukunda for Uganda Radio Network in Kampala.